Jenna Crayton, and this is my second YouTube video for my Communication 330 class, Social Media, with Professor Stoner at UWSP. And today I'm going to be making something that my family loves and I love to make, which is our loaded mashed potatoes. To do this, what you need is some red potatoes, you need some milk, whatever you prefer. I like skim, but if you want 2% or whole, whatever you'd like. You need half a stick of butter, you need some sour cream, you need some ranch, you need a bag of real bacon bits, you also need some Parmesan cheese, and then any kind of shredded cheese you like. I like to use like the Mexican blend. I also like to use some mozzarella in there. You also need a masher for your potatoes, a spoon to mix all your ingredients, and of course the pot to cook it in. To save time, I already boiled the potatoes. As you can see, they're already boiled and they're nice and warm. So what I'm first going to do is I'm going to mash up the potatoes. What you like to do is you need to get those potatoes nice and mashed in a good consistency. I like to keep the skins on. They're better for you, and I just like the taste in general. If you like to have your mashed potatoes a little chunkier, you can do that as well. I like to have them nice and smooth. And also, you can make this for yourself, for your family. It all depends on how much potatoes you want to use. I use probably around 10 red potatoes. Did it work? Oh, 10 red potatoes to do so. So then I can usually feed myself and a couple of my friends for dinner. And it's just a really nice add-on to do for like steak dinners, or if you want like baked chicken or anything like that. It's just a nice add-on to any sort of meal, kind of like that. So once you have your potatoes nice and mashed, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in your butter and some milk. I like to put in around half a cup of milk, but it's whatever you prefer to do, whatever consistency you like it. The more milk you add, the kind of soupier it'll get in that kind of different consistency. I really like mashed potatoes. They're probably my favorite food to make and eat. It always just reminds me of times with my family eating all together. I grew up in a household on a dairy farm, so we always ate every meal together, which I really loved, and it kind of made me the person I am. And making mashed potatoes and eating mashed potatoes kind of makes me think of that time, which it really like, especially when I'm 3 hours away from home. It's kind of nice to kind of connect back to my original values of my family through something as easy as mashed potatoes, and the loaded ones are by far my favorite. Alright, so once you have the milk and the butter in there, now we're going to get to the good stuff that makes it the loaded mashed potatoes. So the first thing I add is my sour cream. A lot of these things that you put in here, it's a lot of your own preference and your own taste. I put around 3 tablespoons of sour cream in there. But again, like I said, it's all your own taste. It's whatever you prefer to put in there, how much of the sour creamy taste you want in there. Great. Once we have this all mixed up, we'll add our next ingredient, which is our ranch. Doesn't matter what kind of ranch you use. This is the real cheap value stuff that I get from Aldi's, and it's really, really nice. I don't really measure it out. It's kind of a taste thing for me. So whenever it looks kind of good to you, and you can get your own spoon to taste it. This is the time when you actually get to use your big spoon, because everything's already mashed. It's starting to look really, really good. Like I say, my roommates love it when I make this because they don't get homemade mashed potatoes very often. It's usually from the box, so they like it when I make this. It's really a good kind of dinner to have, in kind of family dinner kind of thing. The next thing I'm going to put in is our bacon bits. It is really, really imperative that you put the real bacon bits in there and not that like really hard, crunchy stuff that you sometimes get on baked potatoes. This way you can get that real bacony flavor. I usually put in probably 3/4 to a half of a container of bacon bits in there, so you can get that real bacony feel and taste. Because who doesn't like bacon? I don't know who doesn't like it. And again, you can add as much or as little as something as you want in there. If you don't like actual real bacon, you can also use like the turkey bacon bits. It does the same kind of thing because they do taste very similar. Lastly, we're going to put in our cheeses. We're first going to put in this type of cheese. It's our Mexican cheese blend. Again, it's all by taste and how much you want to put in there. Next, we'll put in some of our mozzarella sauce, or mozzarella cheese. Put a little bit of that in there. I wish I had my own catchphrase. That'd be pretty sweet, like Emerald has BAM. I don't know. I'll have to think about that for if I do a next video. Alright, so get all that cheese in there. The more cheese, the merrier. We are in Wisconsin. We love cheese. You gotta have cheese in everything. Alright. And then the best thing about this kind of mashed potatoes is the longer that it sits. So if you let it sit for a couple minutes after you make it, that cheese that is in here, it's going to get all nice and melty, and the people are just going to love it because you can actually see those strings of cheese go as you eat it. And then the final thing we're going to put in is our Parmesan cheese. Again, another kind of thing where you make it to taste. I put in a couple dabs in there. Just kind of a last ingredient, really adds that little kind of kick of flavor with the cheeses that I really like. Alright, so we're all good to go here. And then this is our final product. It looks delicious. See all that bacon in there, the cheese. It's a nice creamy consistency, which you really need and really love with these kind of mashed potatoes. Like I said before, you can taste it. You can add things in there like the ranch or more sour cream and things like that. You can even add salt and pepper to taste. When you actually serve it, people can do that. And like I said before, it is something delicious to eat. So I'm just going to try a little bit. That's really great potatoes. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys all in class. Bye!